The war in Ukraine has become a brutal war of attrition, forcing Ukraine to adapt its defenses with ingenuity. Gone are the days of static trench lines. Ukraine now pioneers a dynamic, technology-driven approach. Leveraging drones and superior intelligence, Ukraine creates lethal kill zones to dismantle Russian logistics. Nowhere is this more evident than in the eastern Donbass, where open terrain and road networks become killing grounds. The Ukrainian Kill-Web is a case study in how a smaller, agile military can outmaneuver a larger adversary. Disrupting enemy supply lines is an old idea, but Ukraine's scale and precision are new. Early in the war, Ukrainian ambushes and partisan actions were effective, but limited. As the front stabilized, Ukraine needed a systematic doctrine to degrade Russia's offensive power at its source. Outnumbered, Ukraine focused on making every asset count by ruthlessly exploiting Russia's logistical vulnerability. The Russian military's centralized, road-bound supply system became the perfect target. The Kill-Web emerged as a proactive, attritional defense, striking miles behind the front. Inexpensive, high-quality drones provided persistent, real-time intelligence, transforming the rear into a lethal environment. This transparency allowed Ukraine to map and target Russian logistics with unprecedented accuracy. The Kill-Web represents a doctrinal leap, shifting focus from blunting attacks to dismantling the support system itself. By targeting the roots of Russian combat power, Ukraine aims to exhaust resources and erode the will to fight. Attrition now extends far beyond the front lines, into the very arteries of the Russian war machine. The Ukrainian Kill-Web is a layered network of sensors and shooters, with drones at its core. Long-range reconnaissance drones map out Russian supply routes and depots deep in the rear. Tactical drones provide persistent overwatch of key roads, tracking every vehicle in real time. Their video feeds link directly to command posts and artillery units, reducing response time to seconds. Artillery, guided by drone spotters, turns entire stretches of road into lethal impact zones. FPV drones, small and explosive, hunt down vehicles that escape artillery barrages, striking with pinpoint accuracy. These drones can fly under bridges, into buildings, or hit vulnerable vehicle armor. Longer-range attack drones and precision rockets like HIMARS strike larger, static targets identified by ISR drones. The Kill-Web's strength lies in its integration. Drones cue artillery, FPVs finish survivors, and rockets hit depots. This system transforms the battlefield, making movement perilous for Russian logistics. Ukrainian operators orchestrate these assets with a god's-eye view, ensuring no supply line is safe. The result? A seamless, relentless cycle of detection and destruction. Drones are both the eyes and the fangs of Ukraine's new way of war. The Pokrovsk axis west of Donetsk exemplifies the Kill-Web in action. Russian offensives here depend on a handful of key roads, now infamous roads of death. Ukrainian drones maintain round-the-clock surveillance, with every meter pre-sighted by artillery and FPV teams. The strategy is patient. Not every vehicle is destroyed, but the cost of using these roads is made prohibitive. Drone teams track convoys, identify patterns, and time strikes for maximum disruption. High-value targets like fuel and ammo trucks are prioritized, causing secondary explosions and chaos. A typical engagement: a drone spots a convoy, relays info to artillery, and shells trap vehicles in a kill zone. FPV drones then hunt down survivors, guided with deadly precision. This process repeats day and night, leaving burnt-out Russian vehicles as grim markers. The destruction is systematic, aiming to create constant attrition on Russian logistics. Each lost truck means less ammo, fuel, and food at the front. By strangling supply lines, Ukraine weakens Russian spearheads before they reach the fight. The Kill-Web's effectiveness is clearest in its coordinated ambushes. High-altitude drones identify Russian columns, tracking them until they enter exposed kill zones. Ukrainian forces wait for the optimal moment, long open roads or choke points, before striking. Artillery or HIMARS rockets immobilize the column by hitting the front and rear, trapping vehicles. Mortar teams, guided by tactical drones, rain shells on the trapped convoy. FPV drone teams surgically target high-value vehicles, fuel tankers, command trucks, EW systems. Skilled pilots fly drones through complex environments, striking vulnerable points. Anti-tank missiles or direct fire finish off any armored survivors. The entire engagement is a symphony of violence, orchestrated from afar. Ukrainian forces remain safely distant, while Russian convoys are annihilated. The Kill-Web delivers destruction with precision and minimal risk. The Kill-Web's impact is as psychological as it is physical. Russian drivers and logisticians live in constant fear, knowing they're always being watched. The threat of sudden drone or artillery strikes turns routine supply runs into ordeals. Drivers avoid main roads, use inefficient routes, and speed recklessly, leading to accidents and delays. Night offers no safety. Thermal drones see just as well in darkness. This relentless pressure erodes morale and operational effectiveness. Logistical planners must over-allocate resources, straining the system further. Unpredictable losses cripple frontline commanders' ability to plan. Russian troops feel hunted and helpless, unable to strike back at invisible enemies. Intercepted communications reveal desperation and fear among Russian soldiers. The Kill-Web attacks not just the means, but the will to fight. The material consequences of the Kill-Web are stark. Russian artillery units suffer shell hunger as ammunition trucks are destroyed en route. Fuel shortages immobilize tanks and vehicles, turning them into static targets. Damaged equipment can't be repaired or evacuated, leading to permanent losses. Russia must send multiple trucks for every delivery, knowing most won't survive. This unsustainable attrition burns through Russia's limited supply of vehicles. The bottleneck is felt from factories to the front lines. Russia diverts combat resources to protect convoys, thinning its offensive strength. Every anti-drone team guarding a truck is one less on the front. The Kill-Web forces Russia to misallocate assets, compounding its logistical crisis. Russia has tried to adapt, but with limited success. Camouflage, secondary roads, and night movements offer little protection from drones. Electronic warfare systems jam some drones, but Ukrainian operators adapt with new techniques. Russia deploys its own drones to hunt Ukrainian teams, sparking a cat-and-mouse game. Ukrainian teams stay mobile and discreet, constantly shifting locations. The battle for control of the air and electromagnetic spectrum intensifies. Despite adaptations, Russia can't fully counter the Kill-Web's scale and flexibility. For every Russian measure, Ukraine develops a counter. The core vulnerability, road-bound logistics in a transparent battlefield, remains. The roads to the front are still deadly, and the Kill-Web's effectiveness endures. The Pokrovsk Kill-Web is a blueprint for modern adaptive warfare. Ukraine offsets its disadvantages by weaponizing information and exploiting Russian rigidity. The transparent battlefield, enabled by cheap drones, makes massed logistics perilous. The Kill-Web shows how smaller nations can defend by targeting support systems, not just enemy troops. The contest will keep evolving. Russia will invest in EW and air defense, Ukraine in smarter drones. The technological arms race will shape the war's future. Wars of attrition are about dismantling the systems that keep armies fighting. By turning supply lines into roads of death, Ukraine attacks the foundation of Russian power. This innovative, necessity-driven strategy has shifted the conflict's dynamics. The lessons of the Kill-Web will echo in military thinking for years to come.